suppose Cloghans Hill National School, we decided we needed to keep up to date with the times, and about 2 years ago I taught myself how to code. A lot of people say, why did you do that? Well, I started to see the importance of the use of coding to learn subjects like maths, English, music, Irish, any of the art subjects really. So again, taught myself how to code, taught the kids how to code, and we haven't looked back ever since. We integrate coding into nearly every aspect of our curriculum and our teaching and learning. Not every single day of the week, but certainly a few times in a week we will bring it out in different formats. So we would use it to teach music literacy. At the moment is our latest kind of escapade. So the kids all know their staff notation and where the notes are, let's say, on the treble clef, let's say we're doing in music. And so they've decided to learn then how to bring those notes from the actual visual into the literal and write them down as the letters, let's say, in Scratch, and code songs and code music in it. And we're hoping that in the next couple of weeks we will move on to Sonic Pi, which is really the next big thing. It's live web coding, so it'll be really into big music projects, and that will all have come from the prior knowledge they'll have learned from. They'll learn like some learning loops and if and when events in Scratch will all link into the notation and the bits they need to code in Sonic Pi. So it'll be live coding music.
So Scratch is a friendly programming environment for children and adults alike. Very easy. You drag and drop with blocks of code. You can use it to tell stories, quizzes. You can hook it up with Makey and Lego WeDo to create something really cool. So I made a Scratch game for the Scratch project. It's about how to play tin whistle, and you get the sprite up there, play tin whistle while this person teaches you about it. So So basically, first it asks what's your name, and you have to put something in. And then it says hello, whatever you put in. So then you have to click on this button here to start. I recorded all the time myself.
I think at the minute lots of schools are using coding in little bits and pieces that they're doing. You'll hear of a lot of schools that are using it for, especially I suppose mainly in maths, the teaching of maths. Definitely it's in and coming down the line with the likes of the new newspaper headlines about coding and Minister Bruton insisting that it's going to come into schools in the future. So certainly it is going to come in everywhere. A big thing will be educating the teachers on how to learn how to code for themselves, and then investment in the schools so that the schools can actually afford the equipment to use for the coding. So I don't see it coming in tomorrow, but down the line it will be coming in.
We're building Norman castles for Minecraft, and we're going to Mayo on Saturday, and we're bringing these with us.
Yeah. The gate and the wall.
We're putting in the wall now for the starting room, and then we have to put in each room, like the courtyard. So.
I think the parents here have been quite surprised by the benefits of moving towards the use of computers. So I suppose certainly we had an instance here actually a couple of weeks ago where we had the parents in looking at projects, and at the time there was a lesson going on at the same time with some of the older kids while the little kids were showing their parents projects, and we were covering angles and turns in maths, and I asked the class a question, and one of the infants turned around and said, oh, well, that'll be 360 degrees, and everyone turned and went, what? You know, in the junior and senior infant prick program, the maths curriculum, they don't mention the word degrees, they don't mention 360 degrees. And he turned around and he said, well, the Scratch cat, when we're making him turn in a circle in Scratch, turns 360 degrees, so that's obviously a circle, that's how many turns he needs to make. And we were just flabbergasted. So definitely I think the parents are blown away by the links that they can make to real life as well through the use of coding.
Instead of us having to come home and do loads of book work, instead of we can do it online, so it's not, so our bags aren't as heavy. We can just. So this is our Lego stop motion video that we made a week ago, and it is about an Irish story we had read in our book, and we decided to make a stop motion video out of it because we wanted, because it was just reading, so we wanted to make it fun, so we decided to make a stop motion video.
The cars fall because
there was a red light and she didn't see the red light, so that's how she crashed into the train.
So we'll play it.
Yeah, I suppose we have, the kids here are very interested. I suppose it's important when competitions come in that they relate to and link to things that we're doing in school. And when the word would come through of a competition, and certainly one that they would have been to before or seen and want to do it again, they tend to wet day lunch breaks, beg to do coding, even bring in stuff that's half done at home to finish off, ask questions about. But they've been very lucky over the years. Yeah, maybe it's beginner's luck or something, but yeah, they put a lot of work into it and they've become quite proficient at the use of Scratch, especially nowadays.
So this is my website I made for the Air Junior Spiders, which is a competition for people who like making websites. So I decided to make a website for it. So this basically is a website for DIY for girls. So this is the first page here, and it just explains about me and everything and when this thing started. And then I have some pages here about, say, some ideas, and then hair, and then gifts and all that kind of stuff. So, and I have DIY with Scratch here, which basically it has 2 Scratch games and it has this link brings us to one of my friend's websites, which is basically everything about Scratch. So, and then there's gifts here. So that basically is like, it's like gifts you can make for your mom or your dad or your friends. So it has a few gifts ideas here. And yeah, so that's basically my website there. It just teaches you things about DIY things for girls.
Yeah, well, I suppose the biggest thing about learning to code is not to be afraid of it. So initially, when I first glanced at coding and when I started reading the newspapers about how beneficial it was, I took a look at it and I thought, oh help, no, I can't do this. And I did, hand on heart. I closed the laptop screen down and went, right, well, I'm going to find something else because I literally can't do that. And then again, headlines were coming out saying the importance of coding, the importance of this, and future careers are going to require certain levels of coding no matter what it is. And I said, right, let's take another look at it again. And I suppose this time I kind of sat down and paced myself. I did it slowly. I mean, it is difficult to begin with, but once you actually go over the concepts once or twice, you'd be amazed how quickly it just falls into place. And it's very easy to pass on, especially Scratch. It's like drag and drop colour blocks. It couldn't be simpler.
And we talked about what we do in the school about engineering. Like we do challenges with Connects Lego, and we made boats out of tinfoil and straws, and you can see whether it floats or not. Then the next page is Maths Week, and we did maths trails and then we did a start competition, and we entered music, our memories friend at full.
I actually tutored teachers in Mayo Education Centre on the introduction to Scratch, and I would start the kids off in school the exact same way, show them the blocks, show them the basics, get them to write their first line of code, of getting the cat to move across the screen. It all start together, yeah, absolutely.
Because we did a coded dojo, Anna and I did the weekend, and it was mostly boys, but at the start half of it was girls, and they were all there to learn how to code.
So girls can do it as much as boys?
Yeah.
Maybe better?
Yeah.